This video was made to review and criticize the material in it, and is not intended to be a substitute for the original work. I do not own the material or any part of the show in this video. Please support HBO by watching the full episode and show on HBO or any other platform that legally streams it. Links to the official sites are available in the description box below. This video is intended to fall under the general guidelines of fair use and is edited as to not compete with the original work. As an aspiring writer and artist, my goal is to comment, review, criticize and learn from the work. Thank you for understanding. Welcome to Watcher. Today we're watching, what is it, episode 63 I think. Yeah, the third episode of the 7th season. And before we begin, please don't leave any spoilers in the comment section. I'd greatly appreciate that. But most importantly, thank you so much for the support and for joining me on this adventure. Now if you're new here and enjoy this, then please subscribe, that would be really awesome. So guys, how will Baelish screw this up? I know that he will do something, I just can't figure out what. Will he try to turn the lords against Jon? Slowly poison them with hidden little secrets? Or will it be something even more sinister and possibly greater than that? Remember, neither a Lannister or Targaryen can be trusted. That's what the Lord from Vale said in the last episode. As I said, I can't see Baelish being on the same side as Varys, and I'm pretty sure that Jon and Daenerys are about to form some kind of alliance. They're pretty much family, even though they don't know about that. The other huge thing from last episode was Euron's attack. He destroyed Jorah and Theon and the Sands. I'm actually not that mad. I welcome that surprise. It certainly makes things very interesting. But he has some important hostages right now, and I do fear the worst for them. He doesn't come across as a reasonable guy. But Theon got away. Where the hell will he swim to though? Obviously to the shore. But after that, what can he even do? Will he maybe find his courage and go back for Jorah? I can kinda see him doing that, but I'm not convinced that he will be successful. The politics were amazing in last episode, especially from Team Daenerys. In this episode, I hope we get a better picture of what Cersei is up to, and what her plan is. Or maybe we won't get that. But anyway, let's watch the episode now. Dragonstone? Or, I think so. Is it Jon arriving? Yeah, with Davos. And Tyrion is greeting them.
Bastard of Winterfell, dwarf of Casterly rock.
What you deserve.
Fought on opposite sides at the Battle of Blackwater.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say.
If you wouldn't mind handing over your weapons.
Of course.
It doesn't really matter. They are greatly outmatched either way, but they better get them back. They are getting nervous. Jon is like, is it a trap or not?
Sansa, I hear she's alive and well. She is. Does she miss me terribly?
Nice to see Tyrion being himself again.
Much smarter than she lets on.
You could say that.
Stark men don't fare well when they travel south. But I'm not a Stark.
Imagine seeing that for the first time. Yeah, probably how you would react. I feel like they are a bit unpredictable. But maybe not. That's how I would feel around them.
Don't you want to see him again?
I don't think he wants to see her.
I've brought ice and fire together.
Oh, she has brought ice and fire together. Pretty cool.
I did not part on good terms with the King of the North.
Why?
Yeah, you should maybe explain that.
Terrible mistakes.
I'm glad you're confessing to them, to your mistakes, owning up to them.
If you don't mind my saying,
Oh, she's
I
going.
think you should return to Westeros.
How come? Why would you say that?
I have to die in this strange country, just like you.
What? Oh, this made him nervous. She got the last word. He's like, what did she say? Maybe I should go back to Essos as well. Will Varys actually die? That's some foreshadowing maybe. Or probably.
The unburnt, the breaker of chains.
Immediately I would be like, I'm out.
This is Jon Snow,
Yeah, that's enough.
King in the North.
Okay, that's enough.
Thank you for travelling so far, my lord.
But Jon Snow is king in the North, your grace. He's not a lord.
Torrhen Stark swore fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
But Jon isn't exactly a Stark, right?
I am not.
Good.
Your father burned my grandfather alive.
Tell her.
I ask your forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family.
You should have
And I ask
started
you
with
not
that.
to judge a daughter by the sins of her father.
Oh, exactly what he said.
You're not guilty of your father's crime, and I'm not beholden to my ancestors' vows.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help, and you need mine.
I need your help.
not to defeat Cersei.
Well, there's an army
You and I and
coming for
Cersei
us.
and everyone else.
An army of cold and
We're
ice.
children playing at a game, screaming that the rules aren't fair.
He's refused to call me queen. He's refused to bow, and now he's calling me a child.
Finally, someone is standing up to you.
As far as I can see, you are the enemy to the north.
I'm not your enemy.
Man, she is so bad. Like, what do people see in her?
The army of the dead is on the march.
The army of the dead.
Yeah, I can't believe Tyrion is following her. It does not make sense. Like, what is he seeing in her? I'd be switching my loyalties right there.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms, and I will.
You'll be rolling over a graveyard.
That's the greatest response.
You were the first to bring Dothraki to Westeros. He is the first to make allies of wildlings and Northmen.
Here we go. Davos is owning everyone.
He took a knife in the heart for his people. He gave his own...
That's enough. Thank you very much.
If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die. And then it doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
Pledge your sword to her cause.
And why would I do that?
Yeah, why would he?
As far as I can tell, your claim to the throne rests entirely on your father's name, and my own father fought to overthrow the Mad King.
He's saying all the right things. Wait. What did he just say?
Am I your prisoner?
Not yet.
Sansa might have been correct about this. I don't think so though.
Our Ironborn and Dornish allies were attacked en route to Dawn. Ilaria and the Sand Snakes dead or captured. The Greyjoys dead or captured.
Here we go. She's receiving the news. What?
Your sister's dead.
Euron has her.
Who are you?
I couldn't save her. I tried.
You wouldn't be here if you tried.
That was a fair point. But whose side are they on? Jorah's side? I would assume so. And what is happening here? Where are we? Oh, this won't be fun for them. Well, he's proving his worth. Ellaria, you are so done when Cersei gets to you. This will be very interesting. I'm looking forward to this. There he is. The person you probably hate the most.
I give you what no other man could give.
You don't do that to her.
You've proven yourself the greatest captain on the 14 seas.
Look at
a
her.
friend to the crown. You deserve a proper reward for your heroism.
She's loving this.
You shall have what your heart desires.
Jamie's not liking this,
When the war
obviously. When the war is won. Maybe she's playing him here. Jaime might actually murder him.
Does she like it gentle or rough?
Not now.
We'll talk later.
Oh my god. This is so epic. I'm starting to love him as a character.
I can hear the sound of Oberyn's skull break.
She's so good at provoking people.
When my daughter was taken from me, can't imagine how that feels unless you've lost a child.
Uh-oh. Will she go for her daughter? In front of her, maybe? You know that things can get crazy in the show. But you never know how crazy. What's the limit? I've learned that there is no limit.
How to destroy Ilaria Sand, the woman who murdered my only daughter.
Have you figured it out? She is mad. The Mad Queen. Right in front of us.
Thought of this lovely face cracking open like a duck egg. No, it's just not right.
What is she doing? Oh, exactly what she did. Well, I did not expect that.
You'll be here the rest of your day. You will live to watch your daughter rot.
Man, that is horrible. She really is clever with her ways. Well, I honestly don't feel much right now. No sympathy from me. I believe Cersei is playing Euron. She will get rid of him eventually. Or she would, if she were to win the war.
The visitor from Bravos has arrived.
Is there a new rule? Does everyone have to have the same hairstyle as Cersei?
The Iron Bank appreciates how you cast off the yoke of superstition.
Destruction of the Sept of Baelor was a tragic accident.
Indeed.
No one believes you. Come on, Cersei. Let's be a bit transparent.
The Iron Bank wants its gold back.
Now to the interesting part. How will you pay?
Daenerys Targaryen has 3 full-grown dragons.
Dude, we have Qyburn on our side.
From what I gather, she considers herself more of a revolutionary than a monarch. How do bankers usually fare with revolutionaries? Lannisters always pay their debts.
Well, she has some good arguments. Or she's presenting them in a good way. In a convincing way. I'd be convinced by that performance.
How do I convince people who don't know me that an enemy they don't believe in is coming to kill them all?
Good question.
I know it's a good question. I'm looking for an answer.
They are great together. I wish they were a team.
I'd like to leave.
Do you have anything reasonable to ask? I'm asking if there's something I can do to help you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Dragonglass.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about Dragonglass.
Let him mine the Dragonglass. Give him something. By giving him nothing.
There's more to it than that.
You know I'm not going to let Cersei stay on the Iron Throne.
I never expected that you would.
And I haven't changed my mind about which kingdoms belong to that throne.
I haven't either.
So how do we solve this?
I will allow you to mine the Dragonglass and forge weapons from it.
Oh, awesome. Taking steps forward. I like that. Tyrion spoke some sense into her.
You'd better get to work, Jon Snow.
Oh, was that it? No buts? Nothing in return? Not yet, maybe. Tyrion is planning that very well.
We need to start building up our grain stores with regular shipments from every keep in the north. If we don't use it by winter's end, we'll give it back to them.
Well, she's becoming a good leader. Wow, I'm impressed by her.
Command suits you.
Yeah, I agree.
Either the dead will defeat the living, or life will win out. And what then?
We might have to take that into consideration as well.
Every possible series of events is happening all at once. Live that way, and nothing will surprise you.
What a complicated life though. He will be paranoid forever.
At the gate.
At the gate? Baelish, shouldn't you go as well? Is it Bran maybe? Is he back? Or Arya? Bran, I think. Oh, I got the biggest goosebumps ever. Yeah, that's very emotional. Finally. Finally together.
Your father's last living true-born son.
Oh, that's right. He is the Lord.
I can never be
Interesting.
anything. I'm the three-eyed raven.
I don't know what that means.
It means I can see everything.
I wonder why he is so special.
I'm sorry for all that's happened to you.
Now the only person missing is Arya.
And you were so beautiful.
Is he speaking about when she married Ramsay? Yep.
I have to go back inside, Bran.
He has changed so much. That is still traumatizing for her. How are things going, Jorah? Are you cured?
Infection no longer appears to be active.
Wow.
You're free to go, sir. This chamber is needed for the infectious.
Is he free to go? Wow. That's that, I suppose. Sam is a hero. Sam must be so proud of himself.
Who forbade you or anyone to attempt to treat him? But you treated him anyway.
Yes, exactly. You have that completely right.
You could have devastated the entire citadel.
Fair point. Don't underestimate Sam.
But you succeeded. How?
I read the book and followed the instructions.
I read the books and followed the instructions, as most of us do, or maybe not.
All these manuscripts and scrolls are rotting away. I need you to make copies of them.
That sounds boring.
The reward is not being immediately expelled from the citadel.
I guess that's how things are. He did go against the rule, but it turned out to be successful, so...
What about Casterly Rock?
The Unsullied will be there soon.
Is that Casterly Rock?
The Lannister army is still the army my father built.
Oh man, I'm pumped up for this one. Who is leading them? And who is leading these guys? Grey Worm? Probably. Push the ladders back down, but is what I'm expecting.
Interesting thing about my father. He built our army. He built Casterly Rock as we know it, but he didn't build the sewers.
There we have the but.
He gave the job to the lowest person he could find, me. So in the process of building the sewers, I threw in something for myself. It was a
I see. And that's that. Casterly Rock is over because of Tyrion's little secret. And there we have it. Really? Oh, freaking hell. And here he is. Yeah, let's go. With Jaime leading them. That is beautiful. I love the colors. Red and black, I think. With Sam's dad and Bronn. This is great. Some twists to the battle. Some tactics. Some planning. Some strategies. Oh, I see. So they went for the Tyrells. I thought this was over before it was over. And I'm glad it wasn't. This is what I like. This is what I love. A bit of strategy. A bit of planning. A bit of tactics. Man, this is great. Even outsmarting me here. Not that it's a big feat to do that. But anyways. So, is this it for you, Lady Olenna?
Your brother and his new queen thought you would be defending Casterly Rock.
The truth is, Casterly Rock isn't worth much anymore.
Oh, interesting. So they don't really care that much about Casterly Rock.
I did unspeakable things to protect my family, but your sister has done things I was incapable of imagining.
Yeah, you could say that.
He's a monster, you do know that.
To you, I'm sure.
But not to me.
We've won, and there's no one left to oppose us. When people are living peacefully in the...
That will never happen. There will be no peace under her rule.
She'll be the end of you. She's a disease.
I think we're done here.
He can't take the truth. He is in denial.
Playing you alive and hanging you from the walls of King's Landing. I talked her out of those.
Really? Poison? Is that it? Man, it's tragic to see a goat go out like this. This is sad. She's drinking it all. Ready to leave.
I'd hate to die like your son.
Oh my god, what is she saying? Confessing to what she did?
Not at all what I intended.
He's realizing and he's regretting this.
Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
He just left her. You could see that he was angry. Man, what an interesting episode. A lot of talking in this episode. Plenty of dialogue. And that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Especially if things are kept interesting. Which they were, for the most part. So, the war has actually started. And I must say that I was pleasantly surprised. Before it all began, I feared that Team Daenerys would just take over easily. But this is good. This is good for the story. I enjoy a bit of struggle. Things should not come easy. And so far, in my opinion, Team Lannister has been more impressive than Team Daenerys. And I did not expect that, which makes it even better. In this episode, Jon and Daenerys met up for the first time. I'm so glad that Jon is standing up to her. She can absolutely not rule Westeros by the end of the show. That would be a disaster for me personally. I feel like she only does and says the correct things when someone else tells her to. She's pretty much as good as her advisors. Alone, she's pretty evil. I feel like she's the light Yagami of this show. I think I'd rather see Cersei stay in power than have Daenerys take over, and not because Cersei is nicer or anything like that, but because she's just a much better character, and it's still very difficult for me to see Tyrion by Daenerys' side. I feel like that move came out of desperation from his part. Anyway, Bran finally came home to Winterfell and reunited with Sansa. I love that moment. It was quite an emotional one, but let's talk about who should rule Winterfell. I feel like Sansa is more fit for that role. She's a better manager of things, and has a lot of more experience. She knows how to deal with people like Baelish, for example. Or maybe not Baelish exactly, but other lords. Moving on, the most unfortunate part was the end of Lady Olenna. I hate to see her go, but I love the way it went. And she actually confessed to what she had done to Joffrey. That was amazing. A little victory in the defeat, I suppose. But Team Lannister has now defeated Dorne, the Tyrells, and Jorah's Greyjoys. It is now up to Team Daenerys to counter somehow, and I do expect them to do that. And another thing before I move on, I don't have much sympathy for Ellaria. Things have finally caught up to her. So, my favorite scene was that whole battle sequence. I love how Team Lannister outsmarted Grey Worm's army. For a moment I thought it went a bit too easy for them, so the twist to that was amazing. I'm gonna give this episode an 8 or 9 out of 10. It was mostly really good. Sometimes it just felt like there was a little bit too much talking, but overall I enjoyed it. Next up, I'm expecting Team Daenerys to counter, as I said, but I don't see Jon getting involved yet. He'll start mining the Dragonglass for the Walker situation, and that's about that. But anyway guys, that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please subscribe, that would be amazing. Now take care and see you next time.